G'day folks, this is Sim. Welcome back to Minecraft Done From Down Under. We're playing JadedCat's Magic Farm 3 and right now we are into Britannia. So, we got the basics underway at the end of the last episode, but we need to move things along. So, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at what's next. We've got our pure daisies, so we've got the ability to make living wood and living rock, and we've got our petal apothecary. The next thing in the equation should be a mana pool. In fact, we're going to need 2 of those. So the mana pool is pretty straightforward. It's just some living rock in that particular pattern, but that makes a diluted mana pool. So let's do that now. We want 1, 2 of these, and we're going to pop our mana pool down. I think that we will pop the mana pool, thinking about this, I think I want it somewhere reasonably close at hand, but it's got to be accessible to the flowers. So I think what we will do is we will whack it about there, give ourselves a little bit of room here with the apothecary. Now, the mana pool by itself is pretty useless, so what do we need to do with that? Well, we need to actually get mana into it, and to get the mana into it we're going to need a bunch of flowers. Now, for starting off, there are a few options. The dayblooms are the very simplest way of doing it, and we'll throw those down straight away. Endoflames are also interesting because you can throw blocks onto them and get them to burn. But what I think I'm going to be playing with once we get set up properly is this one here, the munch dew, because this one eats leaves. Now we're going to need some sort of farm set up to be able to actually get these working on a regular basis. So that's probably going to be Mine Factory. So we won't be jumping to those straight away, but they're definitely what we're going to be aiming for. But to start off, we're going to start with the most basics, and that's going to be the dayblooms. And you can see here the grid layout that they recommend to get it started. If they're side by side, they're not as efficient. And to make them, we're going to be using the petal apothecary and some mystical petals. Now, I'm not sure whether we're going to have to do this for each particular one that we make, or we can stack them up. So let's see how we go. Now, one thing that's worth note, and I'll just cover this now, is what we were looking at before in regards to these particular flowers, is that we can bone meal them to get the larger version, which is going to be handy at early stages like this when we don't have a lot of flowers and I'm not really in the mood for roaming around and collecting too many of them. The only thing is that if you use the big ones, you've got to use shears, otherwise they're completely wasted. The shears will give them back to you, and you get double the petals from the tall versions. So what do we need? Alright, well, let's have a play with this. It was for every 2 of these we need 1 of those and 1 of those. So let's try it like this, and I believe we're going to need the seeds as well, and I should have plenty of them. So let's see how this works. I'm not sure what quantities I can make them in, so we're going to throw in the yellows and the oranges and the blues and they've come back into my inventory already. Are we overloaded? Let's try this again. Yep, it looks like there is a maximum that we can get into there, which is going to be a right pain in the butt. We're going to have to do these one at a time, I think. If I suck all that out, do I get those? I didn't get them back. That's a bit rude. Put the water back in there? No, they're still there. Alright, let's do what we did last time. Let's break this and hopefully we'll get them back that way. Yep. And throw this down and we'll do it all over again. So, I'm not sure what the limit is. I'm just going to have to experiment, I think. One bucket, back into there. And let's try it this time with, say, 8 of these. And 4 of those. And 4 of those. And then we'll throw in, well, 4 seeds supposedly. And are they going to go in? No. So you have to do this one at a freaking time. Unless I can figure out a way of taking things out of here. Let's try right clicking, shift right clicking, and alt right clicking, and nothing's going to get them out other than breaking the thing. Alright, so I'm going to have to do these all one at a time. So let's do this once more. I'm hoping there's a way of automating this, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, you in there. We want 2 of those. 2 of those. Oh, no, we didn't want 2, we wanted... I think I've just stuffed it up again. Let's see how it works out. And seeds. Nah. Alright. Okay. Not sure I'm fond of this. If we're going to have to make these all up one by one, that is definitely a bit of a pain, and for early game probably, oh, come back here, a little bit too grindy. But anyway, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and hopefully a seed. Yeah, 2 yellow. That won't work because I've got to put the water back into the blasted thing. We are definitely going to have to automate that much. Alright, so let me do this and I'll come back when we've got a decent number of these things to play with. See you shortly. Okay, so that's the last of them, and that's a right pain in the ass. I ended up making up 4 pedal apothecaries just so that I could get through it a little bit quicker. So yeah, if anybody knows of any early game options to make this faster, please let me know, because I will definitely appreciate it. I've made a few minor changes around here just so that this fits in a little bit better and looks a little bit better. We've got a blood moon, so we can't sleep. However, it's about to set, and so far, as long as we're careful, we're fairly safe up here. We just don't want to get too close to the edge, because if we get in sight of a real nasty, we could find ourselves in a bad way. There's still plenty of mobs around here that want to kill us. Okay, so we've got our dayblooms, so let's see what we can do about setting them up. We need to leave ourselves a little bit of space. So let's just see how we go. I've got 16, so we're going to do a 4x4-ish grid. Now I'm pretty sure these things don't actually work. Ooh, mucked that up. Don't actually work during the night, so we're probably not going to see any actual effects at this particular point in time. Now, can I pick that up just by breaking it? Yeah. It's a little bit nervous then. Okay, so we got 2 left. Which way do we need to go to balance this out? This way. Yeah, 1 there and 1 there. Now, I'm hoping that that is enough. Now, the thing is that these things will generate mana once they're ready. But we need to get the mana into the mana pool, and to do that we need something that's called, that's it, come on up son, something called a mana spreader. So let's go back to this beast, and the mana spreader is this chappy here, and we're going to need a wand of the forest, so we'll have to have a look at putting that together as well. So eventually we'll get the recipe, and we're looking at some petals, some gold, and some living wood. So we need to go grab ourselves a little bit of gold. Which hopefully I have in here. Yep, but not a lot. So we'll make the most of what we have got. And we're going to need a petal, and I think I've got some spare ones. Do I have wood on me? Yes, I do. So we're just looking at 3 of those, 3 of those, a petal, and the gold. Gives us the mana spreader. Now when it comes to the wand of the forest, let's bounce back out of here again. It should be in the basics. Here we go. Wand of the forest. And it's just 3 of these twigs plus some petals. So again, we'll go with the red because I've got plenty of them. And we need 2 more of those. Oops, I think I've gone too many. There we go. Too easy. Wand of the forest. And it's in function mode, and the other mode is bind mode. And I think what we're going to want to do here is we're going to put this one right about here. And as you can see, it's already sucking in the mana from these dayblooms. Let's see. So right clicking on them will tell us the status at the moment. Got to assume that they're all drawing in power. If we have a look at the mana pool here, you can see that it's filling up quite slowly, and we can see the beam that's coming through here. Now I believe when that brightens up is when mana's actually being transferred, and yep, something like that. Now the other thing that we can look at doing is making up some of the endoflames. So let's get back into here again, and the endoflame requires, okay, so we need a mana petal to do that. and then 2 mana petals. So we need a blue one and a brown one, and to get those, obviously we're going to toss the petal in. So let's see how we go right now. We'll toss a red one in there. Oop, no, it didn't go in. Let's try that again. Oh, what's the bet? We can't do it until we upgrade our mana pool. Let's see whether we can toss this in here yet. Well, maybe if we toss it straight we can. Oh yeah, we got. Now we have a proper mana pool. Now the thing is that I've actually got mana in there which I don't really want to waste. So I know that there is an item called a mana tablet, and how is that made? Okay, we need a mana pearl, and we also need some living rock. The mana pearl doesn't seem to take a massive amount of mana. We can make it with an ender pearl or a diamond. I actually happen to have an ender pearl on me at the moment, so let's toss that one in there. Nope, not enough mana. Or will it not work in our diluted mana pool? Good question. Alright, so I don't really want to waste the mana that's in there, but I'm not sure whether I have any option or not. What I could do temporarily I wonder. Don't go up there, that wasn't part of the plan. Should just bite the bullet and empty this. How much is in it now? Yeah, see, it's filling up at a kind of decent rate. Let's just try again with this ender pearl, see whether we were just running low. Nah, I'm guessing we do actually need a mana pool to do it. Fair enough. Bugger this. Let's put down the proper mana pool. And you bound up. And that one there, I'm pretty sure is now completely wasted. But hey, life's like that. Yep, she's completely empty. Alright, so we do have some options available to us though, and one of them is over here. Something that I picked up from a chest. Now, hopefully I've got this right, but I should be able to toss this black lotus into here and get a whole bunch of mana out of it. Let's just see how we go. Yep, and how much did we get? Doesn't look that full. Nah, didn't seem to be a lot of mana come out of that at all. Maybe I stuffed up. Who knows? That's filling up quite slowly, to be honest. Let's try the mystical red petal. Yeah, that one worked. And we also needed a mystical brown petal, so not them. We want one of them, and what were the other colours that we needed? Do you guys remember? We're looking for an endoflame, which requires 2 brown, 2 red, and a light grey. Alrighty then, so a light grey. We've got the reds, and we're about to have the browns. Alright, let's take a crack at this one, shall we? We'll put down one of those, and one of those. Bop them with some bone meal. And give them a haircut. Just so that we can get the best out of it, because like I said, I don't have a great deal at the moment, so I may as well do what I can. So we are going to need one of these ones, and then if we come back and just do a quick double check, we should be able to get some water first. May as well fill all of these up while we're at it. So we've got one of those plus a normal one, plus a brown mana petal and a normal brown, and the last one was a light grey, and a seed. Bingo, endoflame. Right. So what we should be able to do with this beast, and I am not sure whether or not, well, there are a couple of things. I'm not sure what the range of this is. It would be nice to know, and I'm not sure whether if I place this in between these types of flowers, whether or not it will cause grief. No, it doesn't look like it. So, whoops, that being the case, the sun's about to set again, so I probably need to go get a night's sleep. But what we will do is we will take, did I get 2 then? Yeah, I did. That's a bit ragged. Okay, so I'm going to toss a bunch of these on the ground. Now we're going to have to automate this, but for the time being I am hoping that it can deal with 32 without them despawning. Can't say for sure. We'll toss them there. It should pick one up and use it to generate mana. So let's just have a look and see whether it's actually doing anything or not. Not seeing anything. Let's just have a quick look, pick them back up and see what we ended up with. Nah, it was using them because we started off with 32 and we're down to 28, so let's just toss these down here. We'll leave them be. And before we head up for a nap, we just need to give these a bit of a boost. Oh yeah, we got some more growing away inside, which is good. Just make sure that these are as high as, yeah, they've both gone up from what they were the last time I checked them. Alright, we'll make sure that these ones have all grown. I think the one on the back right there should have 1 growth stage in it. Basically it is once per day, and that's on end stone, and essentially it has a chance to grow once per day. The watering can will guarantee that it does get the growth tick that it needs. So for the amount of cycles. Oh, stop that. That hurts. It's rather rude and annoying. Let's pop these, and still only 2 back, but that's okay. We're just going to build them up slowly, and what we will do is we'll give these ones a drink before the day ticks over, and we should be able to hit them again in the morning. That one's already grown, and there's that one there. Those ones were already at their max for today, so let's go have a nap. Right, and let's head back downstairs. These ones, on the other hand, on grass, the growth cycle is every 4 days, so they've got a chance to grow every 4 days. And the watering can, again, it will guarantee that tick, but once, as we've just seen there, once it's ticked, it won't tick again for another 4 days. Give this one just a little bit more, because I think it has a growth tick in it, but it might not be today. Alright, definitely not. So, get that out of the way. Pop that one down, and we'll give these all a bit of a juice up too. Once I've got some form of grinder for Enderman, I'll be a lot happier, but this will do the job early on in the piece. And what we'll probably do is bite the bullet and work on making up some ender cores early on, so that we can get some growth quickly. Depending upon how busy we get and various other things. We'll see how it pans out. Come on, you lot, grow, grow. You should be getting a tick out of all of these. Or are they going to troll me today? See, even that one there, which we just planted, doesn't want to do squat. Seems a little odd. Should have grown by now. Obviously, it's because we're on camera. Either that or my server's just shat itself. I'm not going to waste time with it right now. Don't have time for that. What I do need to do is have something to eat before it gets too late, because I'm starting to get real hungry. That should do the trick for us. It's not going to help my diabetes though, that's for sure. Okay, so here we go. That mana pool is filling up slowly. Incredibly slowly. Almost seems too slowly. I'm going to move this back one just out of curiosity, just to see whether there is anything odd going on here interaction wise. So let's toss those down, and again let's have a look at this. and see whether it's actually going up. Doesn't appear to be, but we've definitely got particle effects, and it definitely sounds like it's using energy. I believe there is something that will allow us to see the mana flow. Now I know I can shift right click this, but all that does is allow me to bind something to something else. So if I wanted to bind this, for example, to this one over here instead of this one, I can do that, but it certainly doesn't help us to see anything. How's this pool going? See, it doesn't seem to be going up. Something seems a little bit wrong. Alright, well look, time's passing and I'm picking up stuff that I don't want to be picking up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a play around with this, get a little bit of mana into here. I think it's time to call it an episode. In the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to head back over to that tree that we conveniently left for later, and check out, see if there's anything worthwhile under it. We're also going to check out that tree over there, which has got some cobwebs on it. We might head over that way, I'm not sure. Not sure whether there's going to be anything under that tree, but it might be worth having a look. So we'll do a little bit of adventuring, and in the meantime I'll have a bit more of a play with this, because right now that does not seem like it's going up, and that worries me. So anyway, thanks for joining me again, folks. Look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, take care of each other, everybody, and ciao for now.